All right, so we got the Corvette Z06 in here. We want to get it ready for the show because I just drove in the rain yesterday and it's just dirty. It's not looking right. It's not top notch, and we really need this Corvette just to really pop. And it's simple to do. When you have Optimum No Rinse by Optimum Polymer Technology, you can simply wash your vehicle with 4 gallons of water and 2 ounces of product. Then we'll come back behind just to give it that extra pop and glow. We're going to use Optimum Car Wax as our drying aid, and it's going to really give it that final touch. So let's get to it, and I'll show you just how easy it is to use Optimum No Rinse with 4 gallons of water and 2 ounces of product and the big red sponge. And all you're doing is just gliding the sponge over the surface. You're not pressing, you're not scrubbing, you're allowing the product to do what it's supposed to do. And what that is that it's the emulsification and encapsulation. So most products on the market, and what they do is they emulsify, but they don't go a step further to give you that extra protection. And that's what Optimum No Rinse does. It gives you extra protection when you go into the drying aspect of it too, because it not just emulsifies, but it encapsulates. And when it encapsulates, it's actually giving you a point of protection between the contaminants and the paint on your vehicle. So making it the safest way to wash your vehicle with just a few gallons of water. You can clean every surface with this. The glass, let's say you got some dirty seals in the door jambs area, or even on the roof up here. We can clean that all simply with just a damp microfiber and clean it all up. And the nice part about this is, I don't have the top on. We have the windows down. All I'm gonna do is just go and wipe right near that surface and wipe past it. So I don't have to worry about getting the interior wet because we're not using a hose. We're not using a pressure washer. We're keeping it simple, but we're also keeping it ultimately safe. On average, I can wash a car rinseless with Optimum No Rinse 15-20 minutes. That's washed and dried. Everything from top to bottom. Except for maybe the wheels. Sometimes, obviously, these are a little bit dirtier. Might take a little more time. But you can seriously go through the process of washing your vehicle a lot easier. So today we're doing it inside because it's really, really sunny and hot down here in Florida. But if we wanted to, you have shade out in this area, outside, or you got a carport, you can wash it outside if you want. But we're washing this today inside this shop. We're not making a mess on the floor. We're not going to have to squeegee it down or mop it up or have to clean up a big mess. I'm not going to get wet feet. Just wearing my good old boat shoes and cleaning the car. And the other thing is this car does have some vinyl wrap on it, as you can see. We can actually wash it with this. It's not going to harm that vinyl. Vinyl wrap safe, window tint safe, paint protection film safe, paint safe, clear coat safe, leather safe, glass safe. I don't know how much more safe you can get when you use Optimum No Rinse, but that's pretty dang safe. So now that we've got this vehicle completely O&R washed, everything clean on the outside except for the wheels, we're gonna grab our drying towel and Optimum car wax as our drying aid. And we're gonna get into it and dry this up and really show you how we can make this red on this Corvette pop. And it's actually really simple. You don't need a lot of product. You're not gonna need a ton of product at all. It's simply just a mist or two. And then you're gonna take your drying towel and just wipe it over the surface. And as you can see, it just wants to be dried up. Flip it over, go back over once more just to make sure. And that's it. We're gonna continue on, do the rest of the vehicle here with the Optimum car wax as our drying aid and our microfiber as our drying towel. And we're gonna finish up this vehicle and show you just how easy it was to clean this vehicle and put wax on the surface as a drying aid, and that's it. We did this all in 30 minutes, and I'll prove it to you here near the end. It's that simple. 4 gallons of water, 2 ounces of product of Optimum No Rinse, few mists per panel with a microfiber drying, waffle weave drying towel. This is the results. 30 minutes or less, the entire vehicle on the outside is clean. And if you want to go further, you can. Now with this water mixture of Optimum No Rinse, I've also put in some microfiber towels. And with this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to use a rinseless wash to wipe down your wheels so that they are presentable just like the rest of your vehicle for the car show or the night out. So stay tuned here and I'll show you guys exactly that process. So one of the products that you can use besides Optimum No Rinse to clean up your wheels, let's say there's a lot of brake dust on there where you just really want to give yourself some sort of protection, let's use Opti-Clean. Opti-Clean is a waterless product for cleaning. Now, there is limitations, but the best part about this product here is it's got a lot more emulsifiers and encapsulators. So let's use this as a extra protection to clean these black wheels so we don't scratch them, mar them, or cause any type of damage. So let's get to it. Turn it on first. You just let that product sit for a little bit, let it dwell on the surface, emulsify, break things down, and then allow it to where we can have a safer clean when we do use Optimum No Rinse and a damp microfiber towel to wipe off all that residue and all that crap from the road and the brakes. And what's nice is while we're doing that, we can also just do a quick light clean on the outside faces of these wheels so we can put a little bit of a tire shine on them just to give them that clean look. We don't want anything too crazy on this. We just want a nice clean look for it as a presentation. So we've let it actually dwell for a little bit. You can see the product kind of pulling itself together off of the surface, and that shows that we're actually emulsifying and breaking down all the contaminants on the surface of that, so we're actually getting some form of protection in between those. So now what you can do too, in your bucket you can place some clean brushes. Give yourself a little bit of product in there. We're just going to use that to clean around the lug nuts and the tighter areas. We just want to agitate. The product's already breaking all that stuff down. We just want a little bit of agitation so it breaks the dirt clean on the surface. And then if you do have your tighter areas that you want to get to, you can use a brush as well. Then also you can go a little bit further. If you want to get into the barrels a little bit, you can use a wheel woolly. A little bit of O&R on there, and you can actually get into the barrels and clean them up as well. Got a little product in there of OptiClean, so we don't have to worry about anything. Already breaking down and emulsifying all that dirt and grime. So depending on how deep you want to get in, you have one that you can do the front. If you want to get behind the rotor a little bit, you can also use a smaller one. Especially when you get near the caliper, you don't have as much room. So we'll just use this to clean up around that area. Lightly and safely. Just floss and floss. And then what we can do too is clean up the caliper a little bit just to give it that extra little final pop. Now you may have to roll the vehicle back or forward just a little bit to get some of that extra areas that are behind the wheel, but you can get majority of it, and that is what's going to help you out in the long run. So I'm going to set that off to the side here. Spray a little bit of this on here, and I'm going to continue on the bigger area here. And that's that there. And for the rest, we'll take a nice damp Optimum No Rinse towel and wipe down the face. Getting into the grooves and all those tight areas. I would definitely wear gloves on this, just like I'm doing here, because your hands are going to be dirty afterwards if you don't. The hardest part is right around the valve stem. I just take and kind of stuff the towel in there and floss around it. And then wipe the sides. Wheels are a task, especially when you have little intricate pieces. But the end result is always the best, because everything just looks super clean and presentable. You don't want to be the guy at the car show that has a clean car but dirty wheels. You can also take Optimum No Rinse and put it into a spray bottle, and with that you can actually have yourself a really good detail spray, so that when you do get to the show and you have little things that you want to touch up, you can do just so safely and effectively, and cost effective too. Got the wheel all cleaned up. Now let's just take our damp towel and wipe the face of the tire here. pretty dirty. I'll show you in another section. So if you don't believe me, take 2 is on its way here with it. The Optimum No Rinse can clean up a little bit of the surface of your tire to make it a little more presentable. So that towel is done. I'm not going to reintroduce it in here. So I want to keep this as clean as possible for as long as possible. Take a nice clean towel. I'm going to spray a little car wax on here and car wax on the wheel. And then I'm just going to take this and dry it all up. So you got a little bit of sealant on there, makes it where it's a little bit more difficult for it to get dirty so fast. So give yourself a little bit slicker of a surface so it stays cleaner a little bit longer. Spray wax gives it that nice warm glow for the car show, even on your wheels. Take and bunch up the towel a little bit so you can get in where the lugs are. There are special brushes you can get to get in there, but not all the time do you have that just so readily convenient. Just take the tip of your towel, fold it into fourths, take this edge here, and just tuck it in between the lug nut and the wheel, and just go in a circular motion. And that's that. And if you want to, dry the face of the towel just a little bit to help it to where it dries up faster, and you can put a tire shine on it. Just take your towel and dry it up. And then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go and finish and do the rest of the wheels on this vehicle here. And at the end, this tire should be dry and ready to put some tire shine on it. So when we're done with the wheels, we can roll out and go to the show, or any special event that you may have that you want your vehicle to look its best. So we've already gone over and did a quick O&R wash on this vehicle to show you guys that you can quickly prep your vehicle for any event or any occasion that you're gonna have. But putting this vehicle under the light, this car needs a little more TLC. She's got some scratches, swirls, and other imperfections in the surface that are really hindering the overall appearance of this vehicle from really standing out. So we're going to take it a step further. We're going to break out the polisher, some hyper polish, and hyper compound revision number 5, which will cut up to 1,000 grit. So we're going to use hyper polish to follow up after we do the revision number 5 of hyper compound as a primer polish, because we are going to be coating this vehicle with Opti-Coat Ceramic Coating Pro Plus to really enhance that final finish that we do come out with after doing this full process with polishing and paint correcting. So for that, I'm going to get started and get myself plugged in. Stay tuned for some of the results as we go. So first off, we're going to start with a heavy cut. We're going to use the hyper compound revision number 5. This has got the right amount of abrasives in it to where you can get your cut up to 1,000 grit, but also cut it back to a finish within a 1 step with this. And that's what we're going to start off with. I'm going to start off with my Optimum DA orange pad. Be working with speed 4. And we're going to apply some hyper compound here. Just a little bit to get over that pad. Always throw the cord over your shoulder so you don't cause more work for yourself. Tap it out and get started. Three to four passes, that simple. Just get in, cut it, get out. Now the next part, it's even better because I don't have to wipe off what I have there. I don't have to clean my pad. Just take your hyper polish, shake it up, give the spin on your polisher a little bit, give her one spray, and then get back to it. We can continue on, finish out polishing this section of hood. I want to show you guys real quick so I can just get into it. Is I'm going to take a damp O&R towel here. We have our polish residue on the surface there, but I'm going to show you a quick, easy way to remove the polish after you're done. Do that. And then if you're going to be coating the vehicle, you're going to want to always have a prep point. So I use Optimum Paint Prep as a drying aid for the Optimum No Rinse that I wipe the polish off with. Just mist over the surface, grab your drying towel, and just give it a dry. And now that surface is prepped and ready to be ceramic coated with Opti-Coat, ceramic coating of your choice. So now, I'm gonna get back to it. We're gonna get to cutting this thing and cutting it down and finishing out, bringing back that beautiful red color that comes on this Corvette. So stay tuned. As you paint correct on your vehicle, you are cutting away clear. And what that does is it also gets onto the pad surface and into the porosity of the foam. So what you want to do is you want to clean it. But also the other thing you're going to be doing is cooling down the pad, because when you are paint correcting, you are creating heat. So with that, we do have the pad washer, and we'll go over to this to flush the cells of the foam and cool it at the same time so that we can continue on cleaning. Because once we have it clean, it's like putting on a brand new pad and getting right back into it. So take a little bit of power clean, not a lot. Just get this a little bit of spin. 3 sprays, enough to break down the polish on that surface. So we turn the speed down to number 2, and the reason is I want to actually work the pad over the surface and scrub and loosen up all that in the cells of the foam. Once you do that for a few seconds, give it a few pumps, and that actually shoots water up into the cells of the foam to help flush it and cool it. Now we did a nice scrub with that speed 6 on your polisher. A few more pumps. Lift it, run it for a few seconds, and now your pad is clean and cooled all at the same time. Because of the pad washer, we're able to continue on cutting like we have a brand new pad, but we haven't changed it out. So what we've done is save time and money all at the same time here. So now I'm going to get right back into it, cutting and polishing on this Corvette. All right, so we've done everything that's going to lead up to our next step. We've washed this vehicle, we've deconned it, we've done a 2-step paint correction on it because the paint was pretty beat up, even though it did have a good gloss to it. So we want to really bring out that color more, and that 2-step is what's going to provide that overall beautiful finish. And we use the hyper compound and hyper polish, and with that we're able to, in combination, achieve a very optimal finish. And what we're going to be doing is applying Pro Plus to this. And with Pro Plus, there is a little bit of a disclaimer. It is a professional only product. You have to be authorized or certified through Optimum and Opti-Coat in order to purchase this product. And this is a 7-year ceramic coating. It's the only 2-part system coating that we have, where we lay down a base coat that gives us 5 years, and then an additional 2 years with Pro Plus, which also brings out more of the color, gives us a higher gloss and higher slick surface. And like any other ceramic coating of Opti-Coat, it's an SiC clear coat resin ceramic coating. So we're going to get that high durability and high chemical resistance, providing years of protection on this 2016 Corvette Z06. So let's get started. Take the black tip off, put it to the side, grab yourself a blue tip. This is going to reduce how much product comes out. It's very important because we don't want to put too much product because then we're wasting it. We want to put the right amount because remember, again, it's a clear coat resin product, so we don't need a ton, but we need what's right. And that is going to give us the best protection possible. Prime the pad. So, got enough product on there. And the way to really do it is doing side-to-side motions or up and down motions. The problem with that is that you're going to create, every spot you stop, more product laying in that area. So continual motions, circular motions, is going to give you a very even application of the ceramic coating. And to make sure that you have enough product over the surface, always up it with 10 to 15 droplets as you're applying it, so that you can make sure that you have enough, because you want a 50 droplets of product within a 3-foot by 3-foot area. It's very important because you want to make sure that you have enough product laid down, because if you don't, you won't get that long-term protection. And then grab your pearl weave towel here that's provided in the kit. You're just going to wipe over the surface to make sure that the coating has leveled off so you don't have any high spots. And just like that, we'll move on to the next spot here. Finish out this fender. One of the things that you also want to do when you're doing Pro Plus especially is you want to set a timer as soon as you start between 30 and 45 minutes. The reason is that you want to be starting to do Pro Plus within that realm because it's interlinking with each other. It's not stacking, it's interlinking. So we got to make sure that the first base coat doesn't cure beyond a certain threshold so that it can actually accept the plus into that layer. And as I'm applying the coating, I'm watching it interlink and impregnate that clear so I can know when I need to level it. And then always working in an area to where I know where I'm at so I can start back up. So we're about 50% impregnated here on the surface. Now I'm just going to take my towel and wipe it to level. So this process you're just going to continue to repeat until you get done with the vehicle. And then with that, we'll come back and apply the Pro Plus. And I'll be back with showing you guys how Pro Plus goes down, because it is a little tricky and needs a little more attention to it. But with a quick rundown of how it's applied, you can easily apply it yourself too. So stay tuned, I'll be right back. Alright, so we just finished up coating the whole entire vehicle with our first product that we're using, which is going to be the Opti-Coat Pro. Now, when you're done, you want to save the foam applicator. You can actually take this and just put it in your O&R bucket and let that soak. That'll make it to where we break down the coating, it doesn't fully cure, and you can use that for other things like doing interior pieces or applying protectants. Now I'm going to take this blue tip off. I'm going to reuse that on the Plus. And I'm going to right now push a little bit of this air out so we can save this product because we do have a little bit left. Take the black tip, put it back on snug. We're going to grab our Pro Plus. Alright, now we're going to take the black tip off of the Plus. We're going to take our blue tip, put that on. Now we're not going to use the foam applicator because we want a little more glide with it. So what we're going to use is the microfiber suede applicator. This does come in every warranty kit. So now we're going to start right back where we start with the Pro, because we want to make sure that we have that time area for the application to be correct. Now what we're going to do is our primer pad, 1 line, 2 line, 3 lines. We're going to take the applicator. Now this coating you're not going to see go on. There's going to be a difference in feel. If you do see the coating, make sure you spread it out more. And as you go, you're going to take your leveling towel and level that section and area. And really what you're looking for is a slick feel. You can feel the give and the towel just sliding over the surface. But where there's Pro or potentially high spots, it grips it and wants to kind of pull it out of your hand, where Pro Plus gives it that higher gloss, higher slickness surface, so we can just glide over, which is going to make cleaning your vehicle so much nicer. And just to continue on, you just simply up it with one little line, continue to spread the product over the surface. Need a little more product? It's just this simple. And then continue on the car, right in the same motion that you applied the Pro. And then when you're done, you can set a timer so that we can put a topper on to protect it while it cures. So if you do choose to deliver the vehicle right away to the customer, you can, because of this next step I'll show you after Pro Plus. All right, now I've got Pro Plus applied to this Corvette. It is feeling absolutely buttery smooth. And I'm getting a little anxious. I want to take it outside, take it for a stroll. And the only thing is right now we're in Florida and it's potentially going to rain any moment. So what we're going to do is, because this coating should cure for 12 hours before it gets wet, we are going to use Opti-Seal. In 1 hour after application, minimum, apply Opti-Seal. And then what you can do is let that cure for 30 more minutes, and it's going to seal up the surface, allow the coating to continue to cure below it while protecting it so you can go out and enjoy it. And if it does rain, you don't have to stress about it. All right, guys, like always, like, follow, and share. And I'll see you guys in the next video. For now, I gotta get back to work. So let's do a real quick recap. We've already went over and showing how easy it is to use Optimum No Rinse to clean the vehicle and wash it, and how fast it is to use that product. Now, we've went to that to show you now. All right. Ready? Okay. So let's go over a real quick, let's do a real quick recap. We went over and shown how quick and easy and efficient take 3 million. I know. So let's do a real quick recap. We went through and we did Optimum No Rinse. Are you done? All right, try it again. Your studio for recording should be on that end.